You can't blame COVID for tonight's installment in our Cost of Care series. As Sloan Dickey reports, paying for tests you aren't sure you even need is a practice that predates this pandemic.
I'm fine.
Before we get into this frustrating tale of finances, we'll start with the good news.
Nothing was wrong. I mean, they found out immediately that nothing was wrong.
After a health scare, Helen Cowen called her doctor's office for an electrocardiogram or EKG scan.
I felt a heaviness in my heart.
But in April, in the middle of coronavirus lockdowns, it wasn't the best time to see a doctor.
They said, we don't take appointments. The doctors aren't seeing anybody. Your best bet is to go to the emergency room.
So she visited an emergency room in Fort Collins, and they did much more than an EKG.
They did x-rays, they did a CT scan, they did blood work, and another EKG before I left. They handed me saying this is what my responsibility is, was $875. Is it okay if we bill your insurance? I'm like, that's fine.
But her real bill, sent to her in June,
I don't make sense of it.
was far more expensive.
It was over $4,000 that I owe for all these tests. Now I have to pay 2 years of bills. I've already paid out over $1,000 already.
Now she wonders what to do next.
I didn't have a choice. That's the whole thing that really bothers me, is that I did not have a choice except to go to the emergency room.
And is speaking out.
I do wonder if this has happened to anybody else during this pandemic, that they couldn't see the doctors.
So others might avoid the same pitfalls.
In hindsight, I wish I never would have gone and just waited it out and just chalked it up to stress.
And save themselves.
I hope nobody else had to experience this.
From this kind of financial mess. Sloan Dickey, Denver 7.
And we reached out to Kaiser for comment, and they told us we needed to reach out to the hospital, Banner Fort Collins Medical Center. We did, and perhaps understandably with the holiday have not yet heard back, but we will keep trying until we do.